Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome Shifu.
你好.
你好. So we have our latest installment of stories from Wudang. And I think it's they've been getting a good response, and they've been really important for people during the winter to be listening to these stories, and also maybe with COVID not being able to practice. It's a nice way for everyone to keep connected to the culture of Wudang and San Feng Pai.
Yeah.
So what stories would you like to share with us today, Shifu?
I don't have a specific story, but just talking about the Grandmaster Zhang San Feng. Yeah, he's a legend person, or he's a real person. So we talk about a little bit about him. So that's in the history writing in the books. He has went many places. So he's a Yuan Mo Min Chu. He was born in Yuan Dynasty, the end of Yuan Dynasty. Then he lived all the way to middle of Ming Dynasty. And nobody knows where his tomb, nobody knows, and when he died, where his tomb. So basically, he lived 200 to 300 years old. He lived in China. There's many places where says he planted a tree, where he built something, where he practiced in some cave. It's all over China, in the South China and in the North China. What I know the places is Laoshan, Lao Mountain. Laoshan has he planted a tree there that has in a real history. And in the southwest, he went to Guizhou province in Fuquan Mountain. He practiced there for 8 years. That's in the history is real. So the Fuquan, the temple called the Tai Chi Palace. That Tai Chi Gong is where my master Zhong Yunlong, he's living in that temple. So that's a Fuquan Mountain. I invite my master to go there to host that temple. So those the real histories about San Feng. Yeah.
Where is Fujian Mountain?
Fujian in Guizhou province.
Guizhou. Okay.
Yeah, southwest of China.
Wow. And so each of these locations that has a story attached connected to Zhang San Feng, are they? Yeah. Do many people go there and visit these locations? They're like a pilgrimage.
Especially the local people, they go there. They have temple. They have the prayer. Those temples still have Taoists living there. Especially 100 years ago. Yeah, this temple always has Taoist monks. Yeah, still have Taoist monks like in Laoshan temple.
So and it's all over China, right the way from Laoshan in the north down to the southwest.
Yeah, especially in Wudang, in the Five Dragon Temple, Zhang San Feng was the abbot of that Five Dragon Temple in Wudang Mountain.
Yeah.
In early Ming Dynasty, there's maybe 3 or 4 emperors. All those emperors want to meet him, so they send people out to search for Zhang San Feng. So that's in Wudang, most temple they build based on the Zhenwu's story. That one temple is specially built for Zhang San Feng. That temple is Yuzhen Gong. Yuzhen Gong means meeting the Immortal. So it says the one sent out to looking for Zhang San Feng. The person meet Zhang San Feng in that place. That place built the temple for Zhang San Feng.
Wow. Have you visited any of the other sites connected to Zhang San Feng outside of Wudang Shifu?
Yeah, like Fuchuan Mountain in Guizhou province. I went there. Yeah,
what is that place like?
The temple is a Taoist temple, of course. In their government, they have many Zhang San Feng's poem, Zhang San Feng's book. They put it in the buildings, like a tower on the wall, so we can see more. We feel more about Zhang San Feng, more alive there, because the government did a lot. Write Zhang San Feng's book is writing on everywhere.
And in China, for people who do not practice Tai Chi or who are not Taoist, do people know Zhang San Feng? Is he a famous name all over China?
Yeah, this Zhang San Feng is very famous. I could say everyone knows.
Yeah. Wow. And you started off the session with the real Zhang San Feng and the Zhang San Feng of stories and legends. What do you think about that? Do you think all of the stories are accurate and true, or have the stories changed over time about his life?
Yeah, firstly, it's a real person. Then sometimes it's make it what's the word? Like if for example, in one like a few minutes, 10 minutes, like 300 people. So like 300 people fight with him. Just 1 second, everybody down. That's
yeah.
What's the
like an exaggeration, maybe.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Yeah. Like all good stories have a little bit of extra in them, right?
Yeah.
But he's a very inspirational figure for so many people around the world, I think.
Oh.
And the San Feng Pai lineage, that takes its name because it's connected directly with Zhang San Feng students.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So very important to our lineage specifically, the stories, and to keep the stories alive.
Yeah.
Right. Thank
you.
you.
He also the founder of Wudang Kung Fu. So
yeah.
start after Zhang San Feng, we have some Wudang Pai. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. And so I was gonna so in the way that Zhang San Feng's legacy has spread all over China, I was gonna ask you today about San Feng Pai and how that has changed over the years. And Shifu, I know that you and others in the 15th generation have done a lot to broaden the syllabus of San Feng Pai. Could you say a little bit about some of the newer forms you introduced into San Feng Pai while you've been practicing?
Yeah. So first is I'm the 15th generation. First, the 14th generation, you brought a lot back to Wudang. So yeah, there's many Wudang San Feng Pai forms, like 玄武、玄公拳、玄龙华拳、伏虎拳. Those are my master, his generation bring back. Then the 15th generation, they have the Tai Chi 28, the Heaven Earth Fan, and some mantis form. Then we have the Tai He Dao, Tai He Gun, and also has the Guan Dao with spear. That's the fighting form, 2% form. And then 2 broadsword with a sword, with a staff. That's another 3% form. So those new forms. Also Baji. So myself, I brought Baji Chuan. I brought to Wudang. That's Heaven Earth Fan, Qian Kun Shan. And the Tai He Dao was I made it. Then Tai Chi 28, I was one of the 15th generation made it a form. Then the Guan Dao with spear, I was one of them to create the form. Then the 2 sword with staff, I was one of them. So those forms, I was one of them.
Yeah. So I'd like to ask you a little bit about some of those. That's okay, Shifu. So the forms that have multiple people, was that for performance? To have for performances?
All the form, not all the form for performance. The 2% form is for both, not just for performance. For training, and for performance.
And the Baji Chuan, that seems to be quite different and unique compared to the traditional San Feng Pai forms. So why did you bring in Baji Chuan into San Feng Pai?
First, I want to side. I like it. I like the style. They also has a soft. I like the Fajin. I like the hard part. Especially I was 28 years old. So when I'm young, we like the Fajin part.
Yeah.
They're not just Fajin. They have between the Fajin is the soft with power, than Fajin. So we like those.
And I've seen the video of you doing it when I think you were younger, and there's enormous power. It's amazing. You really expand through the movements. It's wonderful to watch. Yeah.
Oh, you mean in the Purple Heaven Temple, that video?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it was great to watch. Amazing. So you also mentioned mantis. Is that like the Shaolin mantis form, the northern style Shaolin mantis form?
Yeah, it is. I went to Wuhan, the sport academy. So I don't know where it's from, but I like the form and I learn it. So actually, I think it is from Shaolin. The Shaolin monk, they practice it. But in Shaolin, they learn from outside. They bring back to Shaolin.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Because doesn't northern mantis also come from Laoshan originally?
Oh, I think there's a few styles of mantis.
Yeah.
We have a very few chance to go out. There's 14th generation. They made them go out to learn things. But the 15th generation they want to be there to practice. And the very late chance to go out. When we go out is performance.
Yeah.
And so we have a small time to go out to learn things. So when I see good things, and I learn it and back practice.
And the other animal style that's been brought in is in Master Yuan schools, they have a snake, a snake form, I think, as well, right?
Oh, the Kung Fu form?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe then how new is that? I didn't see. It's like
I don't
30
know.
years?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Probably recently. Maybe recently. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then with the 28 forms, I think I've seen you say before that initially for Tai Chi, it was the 108 and the 13. And then you wanted a shorter form for newer students, is that correct?
Yeah, in 20 years ago, there's the outsider or anyone, even include myself, the 15 only form Tai Chi form we can learn is the Tai Chi 108. And the Tai Chi 13 is we don't have the chance to learn Tai Chi 13. Yeah, but the Tai Chi 108 is long. Normally take a month, stay a month to learn the form. So there's a lot of people don't have that time. They have 1 or 2 weeks most. So that's why we made the 28. Take a movement from the 108 to make the 28.
Yeah, I see. So there was a time when you and your colleagues just learned the 108. You didn't learn the 13 originally.
Yeah, actually, it's a 108 first. Then we made the 28. When we made the 28, then we started learning Tai Chi 13. We for 15 years we didn't get to a chance to learn the Tai Chi 13.
Yeah, interesting. And more recently, there have been shorter versions as well, right? There's a Tai Chi 18, which is another shortened version from 108, I think. Is that right?
Oh, it's from 108? Maybe it's not from Tai Chi 108.
Ah, okay.
I think from other forms.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then can you talk about the Qigong system that you use in your classes? So you have kind of a moving wuxing Qigong. Can you tell me about when did you start to incorporate that into your practice?
Yeah, the 5 animal Qigong is also a form on the side, and I really like it. Then I like to learn it. So I saw the Xuanwu Pai Master Yuan Limin. He performs a lot. Also, he made a video. So sometimes we go together to performance. So I saw his performance, then also watch his video. So I learned actually from him.
Yeah.
Yuan Limin. Yeah.
And because that's Shomru Pai, would that have been something that would have been practiced across all of Wudang Tai many years ago?
Sorry, what do you say again? What do you say?
The 5 animals Qigong that you learned from Master Yuan Limin, that you said that was from Shonru Pai, but would that have been practiced across all of Wudang Tai, like maybe before, maybe 13th generation?
Yeah. Actually Yuan Limin's master, he was invited the Taoist masters from all over China come to his school to teach. So that's how the 5 animal Qigong came from. It's from another temple. So I didn't check where it's from, but it came from other temple, other mountain.
Yeah.
But originally, maybe it came from Wudang, went out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you were training and learning the 15th generation, what Qigong sequences were you taught?
When we do that, let's have my master taught the Hunyuan Zhuang. 混元桩 that's 混元 and the 鹤形桩 the Queen Qigong we learned those also the sitting 8-piece brocade. Yeah, that's before I learned the 5 animal Qigong.
Yeah, okay. And do you have there been forms that you learned from your master that have been lost or aren't practiced very often now?
It's still teaching, still learning the 混元桩.
But have there been have there been other kung fu forms or Tai Chi forms that maybe he learned that he doesn't teach anymore or aren't being taught, have been lost between 14th generation to now?
Yeah, I think he did mention the 8 immortal form. And that's nobody it's too hard. Like you need to jump and lie down on the floor, and there's many jumping movement.
Yeah.
Nobody really practice well. So that form seems nobody practicing.
Yeah.
We did try. We did try maybe 20%, but we didn't continue.
Yeah, I see. And Shifu, tell me a bit about the Tai Dao. So you created that form. Did you want to have some new saber forms specifically? What was it about the Tai system that made you choose to create a new form?
So Tai form is not from my master. It's from the Jin. Master Jin lives in the Tai Gong.
Yeah.
Lives in the Golden Summit. Yeah. So that's from him. Tai Chuan.
Yeah.
What's your question?
About Tai Dao, you created this form using the movements of Tai Chuan and you as a basis, and you made the new Dao form. What made you choose that? Did you want another saber form alongside Qigong Dao? Why did you choose that? Oh,
that's because I like the way of move, and it's a short form. It's not complicated. Then one day sometimes I play that. I do the movement. I can hold a weapon to do the move, do the same motion. Then I made it the saber form. This from playing, just playing, then made a form.
But that's really interesting, right? How a form can emerge out of your own spontaneous practice and playing, and something new can come out of that.
Yeah, like the Taoist, the 玄门剑. Sometimes I use the Fuqian to do the 玄门剑 move, but I found out to do the 玄门剑 normally the sword need to go straight and stay. Then the Fuqian don't stay. The hair will be dropped down.
Yeah.
So if it's an upcut, then it can do the move. But if it stay, so it's also can use some move can use Fuqian do the 玄门剑.
Yeah. Do you would you like to create more new forms in the future?
Oh, I like to. Oh, yeah, that's another form, like dragon step. I made it because our foundation form is the 基本传. Actually, it's hard. It's not so hard for Chinese children when I teach in the United States. Then most people, a lot of even young kids, they say it's too hard. It's too hard. They cannot. Many people they cannot cross leg and sit, and the jump high cannot jump. So many kids cannot do that. So I take off the kicks. I don't do the low stances. Then I made it the dragon step form. Those is taking moves from the 玄功传, 玄真传, and then made a couple of new moves. to make it a short form, 12 moves.
Yeah.
Step.
And do you think in the future San Feng Pai should grow and expand and develop new forms?
If needed to, so far we have enough form, but if needed to, we do that, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe new weapons, yeah, probably.
And do you think in the future, I know that I have colleagues from Europe or America who've come to Wudang and they've learned from both San Feng Pai masters and Xuanwu Pai masters. So they learn from both, and they learn maybe Danjian alongside San Feng Pai sword and things like that. What do you think about that, about students learning from both lineages?
I think it's good to learn one school, learn a certain level, then you can go back.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Well, thank you, Shifu. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
And look forward to speaking with you again next week. Oh, before we finish, Shifu, are we going to say, would you like to tell everyone the plans for the new online courses next month?
Yeah. So next month, I will in 2 weeks, I will review the Fan form and finish the 5-element Qigong form. After that, I will start the Tai Chi 13. The Tai Chi form is from Grandmaster Zhang San Feng. That's the Tai Chi 13. It's an easier move and don't have any kicks. And the short is the Tai Chi 28. Same about 8 minutes short. And beside the Tai Chi 13, I do the 8 Immortal sword form. So Ba Xin Jian, that's the 2 forms we start in February.
And I think you're saying that you were going to make Ba Xin Jian a little slower than it would be practiced normally. Yeah. Right.
The Ba Xin Jian actually is, when we perform, it's always fast. So I will make it slower. And slower, make it even slower. Yes.
Great. And will you be teaching about who the 8 immortals are, their characteristics and their stories?
Yeah, I will.
Great.
When show the move, yes.
Great. Wow, that's exciting. Looking forward to those courses. 谢谢师傅。
谢谢。